We've got a patch that went live today, and it has been a buggy mess for me personally anyways. And who's on the screen over there? We've got Null. Now, no player kit for this. Like, Null is going to be a playable character, and you'll get shards through Battle World. But we've got data mines on what the boss, because he's going to be on the last day, on the 6th day. I guess it's going to start on Monday and then on Saturday. And if you make it through each stage, 1, 2, 3 every day, then on the last day you get to fight Null, is my understanding of how that's going to work. And so we're going to go over the kit for Null inside of Battle World, which should be interesting. There's some interesting mechanics like darkness and so on. Also, there are a bunch of characters that are going to be reworked for the next pick. There's the Astral Team, and then there's Undying. The Astral Team is going to have the new legendary Shadow King, and it's also going to have X-Men Emma and Ancient One. And even though today it doesn't add the astral part to the kit, and we cannot see what the actual reworks on these characters, the stat changes came in, and my goodness, they are huge. You got Moondragon right there, Doctor Strange, and I'm kind of reluctant to pull the trigger on this because Mystic, I still got to work on Man-Thing, so I probably will consider taking Doctor Strange up later depending on my resources level. Now, modest upgrades to Hela, Ombi's Iron Man, and Juggernaut, and that is because there's going to be a Scarlet Witch will be coming to the game at some point, so that is also in the game. And I just gotta put this out there. There is just massive amount of stat increases. Take a look at this right here. A 7 million team in war. Holy moly. And I imagine, once there's the Man-Thing, add another 800,000, it might be pushing 8 million. I think that is just bonkers. We're going to go over some extra ways to get Captain Britain shards, and I just got to point out the fact that it's been a joke getting Captain Britain so far, and they may have moved where the shards are, and we're going to go over that, but I've only got 10 extra shards by refreshing the store. I'm refreshing the 50s, so I probably spent like 1,000 cores on refreshes. Now I'm getting lots of other stuff there. Oath Orbs, which gave me nothing. Oath Orbs seem like trash. I never get anything good out of the diamonds. Nothing. But there's been tons of red gear that I need to upgrade. Mostly these new characters I'm trying to upgrade before the teams come into game. So let's talk about Captain Britain, and we'll go over some of the ways that we're going to get Captain Britain. First, before we get into that, I think that they moved Captain Britain's. He used to be like the very first row is where you buy the candy, and then there's the awakened abilities, and the second row has gear, and it looks like they shifted Captain Britain down one more. So that's a total of 3 down. I'm going to go in game and show that because I don't think I missed it, but I might have missed some Captain Britain shards. But my understanding is Captain Britain should be showing up right here where Shuri is, where he was showing up here before. So keep that in mind. Now, they have a bunch of new places and new ways to get Captain Britain, and I don't know how excited about this. There is mention of Battle Pass and Strike Pass in the month of November, but we're going to read it, and then you can make a determination if you think this is going to be good. It's kind of vague. Captain Britain is returning. Illuminati Secret is out. Captain Britain's character shards are coming back. Unlock and rank up the character of the British Isles with this upcoming limited time opportunity. Captain Britain's return will give everyone multiple ways to grab Captain Britain shards, so make sure you take advantage of each to maximize your rewards. And a lot of this stuff reminds me of just like probably what the initial release of Captain Britain should have been in the first place. Candy store. King size treat. Captain Britain into the candy store on October 14th. You're able to use candy to purchase the shards. Get back often to fill your fill of shards. Like I said, I've only seen it once. And the generic math, not scientific, based on the polling I've done, is that he has a 10% chance of showing in there. So there's a refresh every 8 hours, 3 times a day. You might go 3 or 4 days before you see Captain Britain. A lot of people have not seen him at all. So this is not that great, in my opinion. Illuminati Super Showcase. The Illuminati Super Showcase will return for everyone, regardless of whether you completed it. And this time you'll be able to earn Captain Britain character shards from the mission rewards. And this is all interesting. We have to see how this plays out. There will be no yellow star requirement for or shields needed for the return of the showcase. The showcase will use the Illuminati Showcase energy. The Illuminati Super Showcase will start before the next legendary event. Okay. Use the Illuminati Super Showcase to not only grab more Captain Britain shards, but feed this milestone. Earn points by spending Illuminati Showcase energy and opening Illuminati orbs. Milestones rewards include more Captain Britain shards, so grab as many as you can. All right. Then we're going to have Illuminati orbs, which they're anything like the Hank and the Shuri and all the current orbs. I'm not thrilled about these orbs. These orbs seemed like you get a bunch of them, but you get nothing. With these, with the return of the showcase, the Illuminati orbs will be made available. These orbs will contain character shards for Captain Britain, Hank, Pym, and Black Panther, Shuri, along with the Illuminati Showcase energy and candy for the store. I'm not excited about this. Free daily web claims, promo codes. Okay, so be on the lookout for a promo code. Whenever there's a promo code, I promptly make a video about it and put new free code in the title. Limited time offers. So that's where we're going to get Illuminati orbs. And I don't know what the promo code is. So start guessing now. All right. And then there's going to be access to Captain Britain in the Battle Pass and the Strike Pass. Of course, if you buy the passes, you'll get more, and that's going to be on November 18th and the 25th. Jury is out on how that will play out. Also, there's been a ton of bugs with the patch rollout. Android login issue, and I got completely locked out of my LD player today, and LD player is this right here. I got completely locked out when I started my stream, and I was forced to update. I couldn't even get out of the update. And as soon as I updated, I got completely kept anomaly detected. And for me, this did not work. Currently, some Android users are experiencing issues when trying to log into the game. We will have a hot fix going live the next few days. We want to let you know there's a workaround for this issue. It did not work for me until then. I also was sending out a streak token to all players. And so my suggestion is to try this first. Open your play games, which is the green one. Let's see. I'll show you what that looks like. There's a couple different things. So like this is the play games. That's different than the Play Store. You have to go into play games, which is, like I said, different. And like on LD Player, it was kind of hard to find because they kind of always are trying to divert you into the LD Player Store, which is not the Google Play Store. Open your Play Games app, go into settings, scroll down into change account for games, then find Marvel Strike Force, Squad RPG, and click change, sign out. Did not work. I had to uninstall the game, reinstall a game, play the tutorial, which is Spider-Man and Shield Medic, and you open an orb, and then you get Luke Cage, and then you got to fight Elektra, which takes a couple minutes before I could get into the menu without being forced to click buttons for however many minutes that is, 5 to 10 minutes, I suppose. And then I could use my Scopely ID to log into the game. It's so annoying. I wish there was a way of skipping the entire Marvel Strike Force tutorial, but if you reinstall the game, keep in mind that before you do that, make sure you have a Scopely ID and you know how to log in with the Scopely ID. I would hate for someone to uninstall the game and then not be able to get back into their account. So keep that in mind as well. Also, there's some weird stuff going on in game with the war rules. And then this is from Pathfinder, who's the community manager now. He was content creator, now he's a community manager. I'm seeing the war rules text change at the top, but the room changes don't to be seen live. We'll be asking. So when you go into war, at the top, it shows the new room rules, which are supposed to go into effect on Sunday, starting October 21st. But if you look in the individual rooms, it's not there. I believe this is just a visual error, but from what I can see, it is not going to be implemented until the 21st. Now, there are a bunch of data mines, and we're going to go into the Null kit. Before we go into the Null kit, there's some suggestions for difficulties and a difficulty slider in Battle World. Like it says difficulty 1, character level 75, gear tier 14, 4 yellow stars, red stars, 4 to 5 red stars, ISO tier 2 level 1, which is blue ISO, right? I think I don't know. Then difficulty 2 is character level 80. Let's jump up to the ones that matter. You know, difficulty 3 is still relatively easy. Well, this is all the same. I just cut it twice, I guess. Difficulty 2, character level 80. But down here at the bottom, you'll see when you get to the harder difficulty, or the hardest difficulty rather, character level 100, gear tier 19, 3 diamonds, purple ISO level 2. And then, so it ramps up. Difficulty 5 is going to require pretty much maxed out teams. We'll have to see exactly how those teams, I know there's been a lot of speculation, but I'm going to wait until see when it comes out. And then also there's the spec ops. The spec ops are when you send your character away on a mission, you're not able to use them for the day in that particular mode. So you kind of have to make this decision. You know, let's say you got to go into a node that uses mutants, but the spec ops for the day requires that you send off Nightcrawler or Old Man Logan, and then going into the node then becomes very challenging because you sent away one of your better characters. And it looks like the requirements will go anywhere from 3 yellow stars to 1 diamond. And what if the spec ops for the day is Korath, right? I don't know what they're going to be, but I'm fully expecting that if this is anything like territory battles in Marvel Strike Force, this game mode will, well, in territory battles in territory battles in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes benefited the veteran wide accounts. Veteran players had an advantage over newer players for sure in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in the game mode territory battles. And if Battle Worlds is anything like that, this is where going to be a situation where having a very wide roster will be of a benefit. Now, we've got the Null kit for the boss mode. I'm going to start with the passive. On death, revive this character with 100% max health, and this character's revive cannot be prevented. So they mentioned inside the dev interview that he keeps reviving over and over and over and over again. And you get, like, I guess there's a kill counter, or there's going to be some sort of mechanic, and you can kill him as many times as you want, and that's how you're going to get points. That was unclear to me, but they did mention that you could kill him multiple times over and over and over again. This character cannot be cloned, so no Mr. Sinister issues, or have its max health reduced. Boy, right there, that is a anti-Mephisto mechanic, right? Characters killed by Null cannot be revived. Fine. On turn, for every 10 rage on this character, generate 1 ability energy for self up to a maximum of 5. And so typically the way rage counters work, if you've played any game with a rage counter, there gets to a point in the battle where they're full beast mode, full rage mode, all kinds of buffs kick in, which we're going to read about, and you lose. There's like it's not like you can get in this sustained loop and the match goes on indefinitely. At some point in the match, the rage counter goes through the roof and then you're dead, right? On symbiote ally turn and on symbiote ally death, gain rage. On enemy turn, fill this character's speed bar by a certain percent. Gain damage and speed per rage. So that's damage and speed is going to ramp up by rage. Symbiote allies gain X amount of percent. Every 10 rage character, symbiote allies gain more damage up to a maximum of 250%. See, this is just lower the passive chance for all enemies by a certain percent. While this character does not have barrier, gain a certain percentage damage reduction. This character can only lose up to a certain amount of health per turn. And the reason why that is important is that they kind of suggested in the dev interview that there was going to be some anti-max, health damage, which is going to neuter the effectiveness of like the old characters that did damage that way, like Minerva or Phoenix. And more commonly right now, we've got Apocalypse, where after he does the ultimate, he goes into the super basic, and the super basic does 60% health. Well, there's going to be a maximum amount of damage they can lose per turn. Now, that may mean that it's a lot of damage. I don't know what that number is going to be, but it's not going to be 60%, right? And then you just win the match, right? It's not going to be like that. This character can only lose up to a certain amount of health per turn. This character's max barrier is 1% of the character's max health and cannot be reduced. This character is immune to the following list of negative effects: ability block, exhausted, exposed, and stunned. All right, let's go to the ultimate. Attack all enemies for damage and apply darkness to all enemies with darkness. Now, big shout out to Boylon, and I will put a link in the description to the Boylon's video. Darkness is on this character's turn. So like you get a darkness applied to you, attack a random ally. So this is kind of like zombie Iron Man with bleed, but it's called darkness. That's the way I kind of feel that it is. This attack gains 25% extra damage per darkness on this character, up to a maximum of 250%. Then here's the way of getting rid of darkness: is do a basic attack. Using this character's basic ability, or this character has full energy, clears 5 stacks of darkness. Boy, that's even more specific though. Using this character's basic ability while the character has full energy, clears 5 stacks of darkness. So if it was just as simple as using a basic attack, but it's not, you have to have full energy for that to trigger. Let's keep going. Apply darkness to all enemies. So this is on the ultimate. Apply darkness to all enemies with darkness, right? This damage reduces the max health of the target by % of the damage dealt. So that's kind of like a Mephisto ultimate in some way. Summon random alloys from the following list. So he's going to summon all of these symbiotes: Age of Venom, Gwenom, Scream, Spider-Man symbiote, or Venom. Summon additional random allies from the following list again. So he's basically going to apply darkness. If you have darkness, do damage, fine. Summon some symbiotes, and then he's going to be gaining rage. And then again, the rage counter is going to be basically, you're going to die, right? Once the rage counter, right? Then we've got I guess this is the special. Attack primary adjacent targets for damage. This damage reduces the max health. Again, that's like Mephisto. Of the damage dealt, clear all positive effects from primary adjacent targets. Spread all negative effects from the primary target to adjacent targets. Primary and adjacent targets with darkness, apply more darkness. If the primary target doesn't have darkness, apply darkness to the primary target. Barriers self for barrier, and then summon those nerds, those other symbiotes, right? Attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked. All right. Then we've got the basic attack primary and adjacent targets for % damage and clear positive effects and apply bleed. Apply a random negative effect from the following list of primary and adjacent targets, and they got a list: ability block, blind, slow, or trauma. Random negative effects from the following list to the primary adjacent targets: defense down, disrupted, heal block, or offense down. On primary and adjacent targets with darkness, apply more darkness. If a primary target doesn't have darkness, apply darkness to the primary target. Gain a random positive effect from the following list, and then it's right there: defense up, deflect, or offense up. And gain an assist from one of the symbiotes, which are going to be all over the place. Attack cannot be dodged by the primary target. And again, darkness is going to be on this character's turn. Attack a random ally. This attack gains 25% extra damage per darkness on the character. So this is going to be, like I said, similar to the Zombie Iron Man passive. In respect to on Zombie Iron Man, it is bleed. All right, we'll have to see how this plays out. I have no idea when Battle World's going to come out. And I just want to point out, I'm going to read it here in a second, some of the comments here from the player voice movement about Battle World. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to read about the Battle World part. But there, you can screenshot this. There is going to be a Night Stalker chain offer, and I'll have to look at this. There's no prices on this. The last time this was $350 to get a 1 diamond man thing. I think that was the way it was on Oath, but there's no prices here, but that's the way that these worked before. The Daisy Chain 2 proved to be better for some people if they got lucky than just buying the $50 offer. A lot of people bought this, and I think this added up to $47. I have to go back and look at my notes. But anyways, I will keep you posted once we have the math on the costs. Of course, the math could change. Now, I want to read this about the Battle World because this is from the player voice. They were saying they were having some issue with hurricanes and they couldn't get together. But Battle World, the blog has since come out with the first bits of information surrounding Battle World, and there's more to come over the next few weeks. The council revisited our class playtest, which I also participated in, reviewed the impact of the playtest, several changes as a result of our playtest and feedback session with the devs and the envoys. Yes, my understanding is that they made a ton of changes to Battle World based on the feedback. And what that means to me is mostly is I don't know if Battle World is going to be good or bad. They've changed so much since when I play tested it. And also, I just want to put this out here. Like, a lot of people are going to say, oh, do you like Battle World? Do you not like Battle World? And a lot of people are going to ask me once it comes out if I like Battle World. Listen, I didn't really like territory battles in Galaxy of Heroes. And just from the screenshots put on the website, it looks very similar to territory battles in Galaxy of Heroes. And I just was not a fan of that game mode. So we'll have to see. I'm hoping that the Null boss fight will be fun. I'm a little bit more excited after reading the kit in the data mine, but we will have to see how it plays out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.